reflections from last week. Now I know it was Capitol Hill, and our starters didn't get to see much. So talk about some of those underclassmen that did get a lot of time. What did you see from them that you liked?
We've been really happy with our sophomores, our younger kids all year long. I think Trent Mizell did a great job. Miguel Rosario has been really solid. Ricky McCarty has been good, and Mitchell Fritz has done a really good job at linebacker. So it was a good deal getting those JV guys in, especially because we had so many JV games canceled. That they get to play almost the whole game is a good deal.
Coach, I know I can't believe it for football fans that we're already 10 weeks in. Regular season is is gone now, and so even though we're anticipating and excited about playoffs, just to have that season in, I want to get your reflections about some of the things that you liked about the season, because there's a lot of things to talk about, not only a city championship, but also riding with this week's win, an undefeated season, which would only be the second time, from what I understand, in MacArthur history.
Yeah, it's gone by really fast. I was thinking just a minute ago about how we had to cut back our practices in that first week because of the heat, because it was 115 degrees. But no, it's been a really memorable year so far. We won the city championship, of course, and went and beat a good Ardmore team at their place, and then pulled one out against Duncan here. So having an undefeated team, the second time since 2007 was our first time. This is the second. That's been really exciting so far. We're just trying to keep it going.
All right, you've also kind of alluded to your team. I liked on your notes talking about that commitment to kind of finish, kind of what actually started back in last year's semifinal loss.
We put a lot of work in. Through the winter, we get up at 7 o'clock. We're up here lifting weights throughout January and February and March, and then spring ball and then summer pride, and then all the hot practices. We put in a lot of work and a lot of time up here, and we're to the point now where we're exactly where we want to be. We're undefeated in district champions, have the first 2 rounds at home, and we're just trying to make these kids realize what they have right in front of them, and all their goals and all their hard work is here, and we're in position to make the best run that we can at a state championship. So we're just trying to make them realize the situation.
We're on the road to finish out with Northwest Classen, so what can you tell us a little bit about them?
Classen's got some athletes, so I wouldn't necessarily say they're a good team. They're a lot better than Capitol Hill, but they're struggling. They've only won a couple of games this year, and only one in district, and that was against Capitol Hill. So they're it's hard to determine what kind of attitude they're going to have going in the game, if they're ready for it to be over, or if they're going to pull out all the stops. So we're going up there hopefully in a good frame of mind. Hopefully we can get our starters in there and play a solid quarter and a half, and then get our backups in again.
Another little historical footnote, I guess, is that this is the final game we've played in Taft Stadium. There's 3 teams that uses this. It's kind of come to an end, but I guess it's long overdue.
It is. It's in bad shape, but it was at one time a really, really nice facility, nice stadium. It's hosted lots of all-state games, playoff games, state championship games in the past, and I think 1934 was when it opened, and it's kind of neat to be playing the final game in Taft Stadium, although they are going to tear it down, I think maybe even starting next week, we heard, and try to have it ready for next season. So, but we like being able to play the last game in the original Taft Stadium.
All right, how are we health-wise for this week?
We're good. Still have Aaron Finley, who's got a broken collarbone, hoping to get him back in the quarterfinals, semifinals maybe, if we can get that far. He's our only one, so health-wise we're good.
And who has the rights to carrying the hammer for this week?
For the second week in a row, it's Adrian Gaines. He had a big hit on second play of defense last week, and that's when you pull your starters out that soon, a lot of the big hits are not there. So he had a big one on the second play of defense, and he gets it 2 weeks in a row.